Hey everyone, it's Ryan from Zolty Toys again, and we're really excited about the Minions movie, which is out on July 10th, 2015. So we've got 30 Minions to unbox today from two separate collections. And these Minions are from the Minions movie, Despicable Me and Despicable Me 2. It's going to be a blast opening them and some of the other characters. So let's get ready to roll. Here we go. So I showed you the first collection that we're going to open. And the next collection is actually from the new Minions movie, which we'll open at the end. Pretty cool. I'm super excited about this. This first collection has 20 mini figurines. It's all from the movie Despicable Me and Despicable Me 2. So we're going to open these up and take a look at what's inside. I've got to get out my handy scissors. This box is so big, it won't even fit in a camera. That's super crazy. So here we go, I'm opening it up. That came apart pretty easily. Oh, they have little stands for all of the characters too, which is super awesome. So when you open the box, you can see all the characters in there. At the bottom they have these little discs that are stands that we can put the characters on. Whoops. So I just pulled a whole bunch out and they landed on the floor. So I'm going to have to pick those up. Okay, I'm just going to move some of this stuff out of the way so you have a nice little staging area to put everything. And then we can get started. So our first character is Gru. Felonious Gru, whose last name is Gru, and that's why most people call him Gru. He was a supervillain in a jelly manufacturer and is now a consultant for the Anti-Villain League. And that's Gru. If you look on the bottom, they have a little hole there. They have a little hole on the stand, and we can just set them right down. So we can put them up and stand them up right in front of that other Minions box. So next up, we have, from Despicable Me, Lucy. Lucy Wilde, she's a rookie agent in the Anti-Villain League, and she's currently the wife of Gru. There's Lucy. I don't know if we can say that these villains are cute, but these figures are pretty cute, aren't they? Next we have some of the adopted daughters of Gru. The first one is Margo Gru. She's so cute. Look at her, she looks all innocent. She's got those beautiful red sneakers and a nice ponytail on the back. She has glasses. And Margo is the oldest of the three orphan girls that Gru adopts. And before she was adopted, she was an orphan who was treated terribly by Miss Haiti. And the next one of my favorite characters in the movies is Edith. Edith Gru. She's the middle child of Lucy and Gru. She has an older sister, Margo, of course, and younger sister, Agnes. And we don't know too much about her past, actually. They never really got into that in the movies. We don't know much about her. I love that she's always wearing hats. We just know that she ended up in an orphanage. And the next one we're going to open is Agnes, also known as Bedtime Agnes. Of course, she's the youngest daughter, alongside her two sisters. And she's kind of a neat character in the movie because Agnes made Gru read her favorite story, Sleepy Kittens. And although Gru hates reading books, it makes him realize that he really does love people. And up next is the unicorn. I love unicorns. The unicorn is Agnes's fluffy plush that she received in Super Silly Funland. Look at his little point. Looks like he's got a almost like a pink broom for a mane on the back. And a nice pink tail, all white, and of course 4 pink paws. There we go, we got him to stick down on that. So coming out next is one of the villains. I'm going to move that plastic thing in a second. Dr. Nafario. He's Gru's kind of gadgeteer guy, residing in the underground laboratory. He builds and designs most of Gru's machines. Gru and Dr. Nafario have always been trying to shock the world with the true crime of the century. He's kind of evil, isn't he? I'm just going to move some of these guys back and keep them in a straight line. Coming up next is young Gru. So just like all of us adults, Gru was a little boy at one time. And there he is when he was younger. Kind of a handsome looking guy. He had hair back then too. And a couple of more here. This is crazy cool. This is El Macho, Eduardo Perez. He's the owner of the Mexican restaurant Salsa and Salsa in the Paradise Mall. But what few people actually know, and we do, is he's actually the illustrious El Macho, a nearly human or nearly superhuman level strong bank robber. So he's a bank robber. Who would have thunk that the person working in the shopping mall was actually a bank robber? Well, let's put this around this way a bit. We'll fit him in there better. And next we have Antonio Perez. He was actually a bad guy in Despicable Me 2. He's the son of Eduardo Perez, or El Macho, and he's Margo's first known love interest, much to the disapproval of Gru. Wonder if we should put him beside Margo. There's all the characters, and now we're going to switch to Minions. Here's the Bidoo Minion. This one looks kind of broken. No, he's just talking in his megaphone. Look at this crazy. He's a one-eyed minion. He's got 3 red sirens around him and a megaphone. He used to be called the Alarm Minion. And a minion wearing this costume appears in Despicable Me 2 in response to Gru lighting the phone on fire. So we didn't see this minion in Despicable Me 1. There we go. And our next minion is a very popular minion, Minion Dave. There we go. Minion Dave is one of Gru's favorite minions, and he's 2-eyed. He's a skinny minion with nice combed hair. Looks like he's got a banana in his hand too. So you can see his hair. Super cute. He's wearing goggles as most of the minions do. The next one is a minion with a cupcake. See that awesome cupcake? This is a 2-eyed minion with the same kind of hair as Minion Dave, but with a cupcake. A few more teeth than Minion Dave has. And after that we've got Minion Stuart. Of course, Minion Stuart's a one-eyed minion. Minion Stuart here is holding a cupcake. In this hand, a pink cupcake with purple icing, and he's hiding one behind his back. Super funny. That's awesome. I love these. Minion Stuart. He's a very playful minion. He's pretty funny, isn't he? Now we've got the worker minion. Worker Minion doesn't have a name. And Worker Minion's not from any of the movies. He's actually from the action game that you get on your phone or your iPad or tablet. And his name, the game's called Minion Rush, and that's where we find this Minion. Up next is another cute one. Isn't she adorable? That's Minion Maid. Now Minion Maid, she's carrying like a dust bunny thing behind her where she can do some dusting. And she's got her maid outfit on. That's totally awesome. And Minion Maid doesn't appear in any movie. She only appears in the video games. There's Minion Maid. And then one of the main minions in Despicable Me is Carl. He's a one-eyed minion with buzz cut hair, and he's often seen with flashing lights. That's Minion Carl. Just a few more from this set. This next one is Minion Jerry. Minion Jerry is a two-eyed minion, and he's got short, spiky hair. He's super playful and likes to have a lot of fun. Look at his... Can you see his spiky hair on the top? Look, he's waving to everybody. And finally, we have Minion Tim. Minion Tim's got a laser gun in his hand. And he's one of Gru's favorite minions. He's a tall, two-eyed minion with sprout cut hair. Do you see his hair sticking straight up? He's usually seen dressed as a dad. In Despicable Me 2, he lost his hair and he became bald. Sometimes he even has a beard, but he doesn't right here. That's Minion Tim. And finally we have the purple minion. Evil minions are basically made to be indestructible. But sometimes when people take flamethrowers or other things at them, they turn colors. And this is what they look like. So this could be any of the minions. These minions like to repair themselves. Now hopefully this minion doesn't tip over. There we go. I'm going to put it over on the side. I'm just going to move the camera down a little bit so we can see all of the minions. Move this one over here because we have another box to open up, don't we? Whoa! I just messed up our nice line there. That's okay. We'll put this purple minion right there. And now I'm going to reach up and grab this box. Hopefully we don't tip anybody over. We're going to open up this box of minions, the mini figurines from the Minion movie. Here we go, opening up the box. Let's see what comes out. These ones have nice little stands too. You can see the minions right there. I'm just going to put this down. Alright, we're going to set this box aside and start pulling out our minions. Wait, what? That's our first minion, and that's the au naturel minion. That looks like Minion Stuart. So this minion is probably several 100 million years old, going back to just when the dinosaur times. And look, he's got the little grass dress on with a couple of stars on the front. And of course, he has hair, which he doesn't have a little bit later on in life. And the next minion we want is the crow minion, which is kind of like the time when man first started to evolve. This looks like Minion Kevin. See how he's wearing a fur dress or fur shorts? So there's three main minions in the Minions movie. Minions Bob, Kevin, and Stuart. And it takes place during different times of the Earth. And all of the Minions in this mini figurine collection, all 10 of them, come from different times. So as time went on, we moved into the Egyptian times when the pyramids were developed. And you can see here, this is Minion Stuart with a pyramid upside down, wearing his Egyptian clothes. And this is around Cairo, where the Great Pyramids of Giza are. That's Minion Stuart, the Egyptian Minion. The Gone Batty Minion. So moving forward in time a little bit, this goes back, a few hundred years ago. This is Minion Stuart again, dressed up to look like a vampire, and you can see little fangs in his teeth. Kind of cool. A little bit scary too. Vampires aren't real, but in the movie they pretended they were. And the next one is one of my favorite ones, a pirate. Arr! So this is Minion Bob dressed as a pirate, and you can see the skull on his head. Look at how cute he is. He's smiling. Got a little nice pirate belt and a knife up there. Look at his bandana over his head. Minion Bob. He's kind of cute, isn't he? And up next is the Bored Silly Minion. This is Bored Silly Kevin. You can tell Kevin's a taller one with two eyes. I'm not sure what era this is from. He's got his winter jacket on. It's probably somewhere cold. Maybe it was a recent ice age or something like that. He's waving to you. Can you wave back? That was the Bored Silly Minion. And then we've got Minion Bob. Whoops, I have to find Minion Bob. There's Minion Bob. So you can see Minion Bob in modern times. He's waving. He's got two different colored eyes, green and brown. He's got his blue Minion suit on. That's Minion Bob. And that's again in modern times. Then we can see Minion Stuart. There's one-eyed Minion Stuart, again in modern times. And you can see he's giving us the thumbs up. Thumbs up. He's got his blue suit on. Look, he lost a lot of hair over the years, hasn't he? There's Minion Bob. And our final Minion is Minion Kevin. Minion Kevin's often seen wearing hats. Looks like he's got a banana or something in his hand there. And again, he's got his modern jumpsuit on. Minion Kevin. Now there is one more Minion, and that is the British Invasion Minion. And that's Bob. There, dressed as British Invasion. He looks like a king, doesn't he? He's got his crown on and his king's robe. Awesome, super cute. I like that. I'm not sure where we're going to put him. Maybe we'll just put him over in that corner right over there. Make sure we can still see him. He's kind of hidden there. How's that? So that's a look at all of the Minions from Despicable Me, Despicable Me 2, and the last 10 we saw were from the new Minions movie that comes out July 10th of 2015. Super cool, hey? I had a lot of fun meeting some of these Minions and getting to know some of the characters. I hope you did too. Before we go, we do this every episode. We give out our shout-outs, and today's shout-outs go to Linda, Kiana, and Nick. If you want us to give you a shout-out in a future episode, go to the comment section and type in your first name and a secret word, which today is Minions. Tell us who your favorite Minion is and why. You can follow us on your favorite social media platforms too, and don't forget about our website, zoltytoys.com. Please subscribe to our channel and like this video by giving us a big thumbs up. It really helps us out. We upload new videos almost every day, so keep checking back. Thanks for watching Zolty Toys. See you soon, you big baboons. Bye! Click on the boxes to see more awesome videos.